Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host this morning, Logan Landers, and today I'm going to be talking about the NFC and the AFC Players of the Week, two gentlemen who I think deserve this award this week for their efforts and their performance in Week 13 of the NFL season. I can't wait to get into it, but before I get started, be sure if you enjoy this content, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That is key and vital for us to keep making amazing content. We go live each and every week on Mondays and Wednesdays on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch at 100 Yards of Football. Also, please go support our podcast. So anywhere you can listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, or anywhere, really anywhere. We're available on any major podcast streaming platform. We have over 500 episodes published right now, so you can go back and listen to a lot of amazing content, interviews, history specials, game previews, anything and everything football related, we have it over there. So please go check us out. Leave a review and let us know what you think of the podcast. Also, please go check out our Instagram. We have clips of each and every show up there for your pleasure over there on Insta as well. And that is at 100 Yards of Football. So let's get to the bread and butter. Who do I pick for my NFC and AFC Players of the Week? Well, first, I'm going to start off with my pick for the NFC Player of the Week. And it's the GOAT. It's Tom Brady. How can I not pick Tom Brady, right? His performance against the Atlanta Falcons in Week 13 of the NFL season was mesmerizing. To let you know how much Bruce Arians and how much the Bucs trust this man, the opening drive for this game against the Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 13 straight passes, 0 runs the entire first drive, and it resulted in a touchdown. That is unheard of. I'm sure it's happened before, but in my recent memory, watching football for 20 plus years now, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. It's quite insane that they trust Tom enough to throw the ball this much, and obviously it worked. It resulted in 6. So a great job by him just on that opening drive. But his stat line against the Falcons, which he is now still undefeated against the Falcons, both in the regular season and in the postseason, he's never lost to Atlanta. 38 of 51 passing, 368 yards, 7.2 average per throw, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Heck of an interception there by Marlon Humphreys right there on the goal line. One-handed catch by the big man for 6, which was one of the lone bright spots for the Falcons. But overall, Tom Brady was just carving people up like he always does. Look, let's be honest here. The Falcons have the worst pass rush in the NFL currently. They have the least amount of sacks at the moment, I believe 15 as a team through 13 weeks in the season. So they were not able to get to Brady. He did not get sacked one time. And we all know, we've watched Tom Brady for a long time now. If you give him any amount of time to throw the ball and to sit in the pocket, he will eat you alive. And that is exactly what he did against the Atlanta Falcons this week. And, for a man, I believe he's 44 at the moment. He's my vote at this time for MVP. I mean, how could you not? This performance against the Falcons was tremendous. On the season, he's looked really well. 3,771 yards, first in the NFL. 34 touchdowns, first in the NFL. 10 interceptions, not too shabby. And the Buccaneers have a very good record at 9-3, the second best record in the NFL, right behind the Arizona Cardinals. So a legendary performance from a legendary quarterback. It's like clockwork, right? The sky is blue, the grass is green. Tom Brady wins against the Falcons. Amazing stat line, and that is why he is my pick for the NFC Player of the Week. Now let's go over to the AFC, and my pick is still on offense, but I'm going to go, like I said, I just with my quarterback, who I think is the MVP, and now I'm going to go to my favorite running back at the moment, and the man who is the best running back in the league at this moment. No disrespect to Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, but at this moment right now, going into Week 14, Jonathan Taylor from the Indianapolis Colts is the best running back in the NFL currently. And this past week, he played against the Texans. And we all know, coming out of Wisconsin, he was going to be a good player. And only in his second year now, he's really coming into his own. So the Colts beat the Texans this past week, 31-0, pitched a shutout. Carson Wentz had a solid game, but the real key to victory was Jonathan Taylor. 32 carries, 143 yards rushing, 4.5 average per carry, 2 touchdowns. Just absolutely ran the ball down their throat. And look, I get the Texans are not a great team. They're 2-10 right now. They didn't score any points this past week. But if you're a dominant player, I don't care if you're on offense or you're on defense, you're supposed to have these big games against these lower tier teams, right? And Jonathan Taylor did just that. He's first in the league in attempts, 241 carries so far. He's first in the league in yards, 1,348 on the season. He's first in the league in touchdowns with 16. What more can you ask for? The Colts made a tremendous find by drafting this young man. Pairing him with Carson Wentz has really helped them out. And the Colts are sitting at a nice 7-6 right now, right there in the thick of it in the AFC South. So when you look at how good Taylor was, how good the Colts have been, he is a big key for their success. And that's why I picked Jonathan Taylor for my AFC Player of the Week and why I picked Tom Brady as my NFC Player of the Week. So please leave a comment. Who are your players of the week for the AFC and the NFC? I want to hear who you think is your picks and who had potentially a better week than these two. I'd love to hear this and interact with you on whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitch. We go live each and every week on Mondays and Wednesdays. Please go check out the channel, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We have a ton of amazing content, history specials, legends interviews, game previews, draft prospects, you name it, anything and everything football related, and some more content like some other sports like baseball. We did some UFC this morning, and just really we're really diversifying the channel here. Of course, football is our main go-to, but we also have some other great content on the channel as well. And you can listen to all of this over at our podcast. It's pretty simple to get to our podcast. Just get your phone, right, and pull up 100 Yards of Football, whether you are on your Spotify account, your Apple Podcast, your iHeartRadios, iTunes, whatever you do to listen to podcasts. Just type in 100 Yards of Football, and you will see our logo right there in the 50-yard line with over 500 episodes published at this moment, with more going up each and every single day. So there's always something for you to listen to, whether it's, like I mentioned, game previews, draft prospects, history specials, legend interviews, just anything and everything football related. We have it over on our podcast, and you can listen to it in any increments. We have stuff, whether you're an Uber driver, whether you're working out, whether you're making a nice meal at home for the holidays. We have amazing content ranging anywhere from 15 minutes all the way up to an hour, talking about the best in sports and the best in football. So please go over there, leave us a review, leave us a comment, and let us know what you think, what you want to hear, and what you want us to cover next, because we listen to the fans. We love the fans. We keep it on the field. We talk about the stats and nothing else and what these guys have done. And you've been listening to my picks for the NFC and AFC Players of the Week, Jonathan Taylor and Tom Brady. Hats off to you, gentlemen. I'm sure we might be talking about them a little bit in next week. You never know. I mean, these are two of the premier athletes in the NFL at the moment, and they very well could be on my list next week. So, guys, have a tremendous day. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like this video. Leave a comment who you think your picks are for the NFC and AFC Players of the Week. I've been your host, Logan Landers, and stay tuned because we have more amazing content coming up for you right here on 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. We'll see you.